Trick is how do you figure out what to commit to and when?
Yeah.
And this is where I think it takes brutal honesty with yourself about which projects are actually working and which you would like to convince yourself are working. And I've been guilty of this mistake many times, and I will be many times in the future. This is a very hard thing to train yourself to do, to really step back and dispassionately look and say, like, am I desperately trying to convince myself this is working, or is this actually working? But I think it is a muscle that is buildable. Like, clearly people get good at that. It's just hard because it means admitting failure in something. Like, every time I make a major investment in a company, I am convinced it's going to work. You don't go in expecting to lose your money, or at least, like, I am prepared to pay for the expected value that I think it's going to work. And once you've anchored that, it's like hard to go back and be like, man, I was so wrong, which obviously happens all the time. The best thing about investing in a lot of companies is you learn to be, it's very humbling. You learn to be majorly wrong very frequently. And you learn that that's okay as long as the magnitude of the successes pays for all of the failures.
I haven't thought about this before, but say you sold your company and had some money and weren't thinking about being an angel investor. Do you think it's actually a good idea to angel invest a little bit before you start something else, even if you're not pulled in that direction?
The things that I think have taught me a lot about, like, business are poker and angel investing. So I recommend both of those.
Fair enough.
Now, by the way, as a quick plug for poker, so I played a lot in college, like fairly seriously. And it's not for everybody, but I strongly recommend it as just a way to kind of like learn about the world and business and psychology and risk and everything else.
Did you play like competitively?
A1-on-1. I went to school on the peninsula, and so I would go down there a lot.